What's up, guys? Max here, and we're going to be covering something huge today. Battle Against Cheaters updates June 6th, 2023. Now, today is going to be targeted around arenas. That is the biggest reason why this post came out. Before we start talking about this, one of the reasons I made videos, and I've always said it, kind of not, I don't say it every day, but I've said it in the past, is to cover moments where I can go back and look and just see, that's what I was thinking, that's what I was feeling that day. And a lot of it was a little bit selfish when it comes to like just me making videos for myself to look back. But over the years, the channel has grown to be more and more just a place to hang out now, like live streams and just videos on updates and stuff that I am able to cover. But today marks a day where I'm happy and I'm sad. So I'm happy that Kabam Marble Contest of Champions is going out and cleaning up the game when it comes to the arenas and has some stuff in the works for Battlegrounds, and then the sad part comes in is because most of I sit in the Alliance Relax, which has been known to be one of the most competitive or high competitive alliance out there. When it comes to Battlegrounds, we've been falling top 5 consistently, top 5 in AQ, top 3, or like almost top 1 in the world when it comes to AQ. Just very competitive in those game modes. There's been events in the past, the gifting events. We've been number 1, number 2 consistently there in the last couple of years. I mean, the one thing that Relax just does not really participate in is an AW. So if you found players that just got burnt out from AW, or just want to take a break, but had very high prestige and played the game and loved the game, you found them in Relax, and so made a lot of friends. And, today is the day where we're going to lose some friends, and that, obviously, like I said, happy and sad, right? Sad because hopefully, I don't want to say we're losing friends because we're like, I'm blocking them. No, we're losing friends because they are from this ban are going to be stopped. They're going to stop playing the game. So, So I just wanted to cover this feelings that I'm feeling right now, which it's it's weird. It's a weird vibe that I got. I'm happy and I'm sad, so yeah. Let's cover what's happening in the in the community right now. And what Kabam did. Let me know in the comments how you feel. You're free to express yourself there too as well. But let's talk about it. So earlier, Kabam, I feel like set a little bit of a trap when it comes to the Moon Dragon and Adam Warlock these last month, or in the last couple of arenas. They had a system in place which they kept obviously quiet and were testing, and they implemented, and they saw they've been wanting to target the arena modding and cheating for quite a while. Where the community's talked about it and requested this for many months and years, and it was almost like their Kabam is never listening to us. They just don't care. They're just letting people slide through the arenas. Now is when they took action. 2023, June 6th, 2023 is when they took action and decided to go and target the Moon Dragon and Adam Warlock arenas. These top players, top 3, over 300 accounts have been banned right now for a 7-day ban. Now, here's a comment, since we're talking about the ban itself. It says, if you're one of the cheater modders that were not permanently banned, consider yourself lucky. Further infractions will result in a permanent ban. So everybody got a 7-day ban. There's an edit to the post here. It says, we're seeing number of reports of that ban have been reverted. Some of these bans, not all, were always intended to be a 7-day ban. In some of these cases, the system erroneously escalated to a permanent ban. So basically, the system, they had flagged these accounts, and they're not going in manually like ban, ban. I think they've loaded the accounts into the system and then decided to ban them. System went with a permanent ban on all of them, but it's actually a 7-day ban. Maybe 1 or 2 accounts out there that constantly has been banned for different reasons probably got a permanent ban, but for most is actually, I think majority is going to be a 7-day ban. So we have another video that I'm just documenting other stuff in the game. Like even this, like just a little in parentheses right now, they couldn't even get this right. They try to ban people, they accidentally did it wrong. We got another video for that. But yes, let's go on to the happy reason why we're feeling happy here when it comes to what's happening here with the arena. So what's happening to the players, basically they're going to go into the account, remove the champions, remove all the, whether you took that Adam Warlock Moondragon to rank 5, 4, 3, 2, or if it's still sitting in your account at Sig 0, rank 1, they're going to remove that champion and not give back those players, those resources that were used to get that champion up. So that's a lot of lost for sure. And, you know, I can see both sides, you know, where the players in the community is like, dude, well deserved. You know, you took a champion, ranked them up with cheating, by cheating, acquiring that champion. So deserve to lose all those resources. And then the other itself, the player itself is like, damn, bro, take my champion, but give me back the resources. And I think this is where we're going to see two things happen, you know, and I don't think it's going to hurt Kabam. It's not going to hurt their monies at all. But we're going to be seeing the people that got banned, over these 300 plus players that were banned. A few of them are just going to stop playing the game, you know, whether this was their probably the first or second offense, and when it comes to cheating inside the game, at this point, like I said, it's happening to the people that I know. They're just going to stop playing the game and they're completely out. They're just there's a lot of things besides the cheating that they're just not agreeing with and upset with. Obviously, they know the consequences of cheating. These are obviously they're not kids. Some of them are like kids, but players at the high stakes where I kind of like lay with are very grown adults. You know, they're not like, you know, and not that if you're watching this and you're kidding, well, what are you saying, Max? But if you're just like, they know the consequences of doing something or getting caught, and so they know and when to exit and when to call it quits. These are also players that also bought stuff in the past, spent thousands of dollars in their accounts. Their accounts is not completely gone. It's got a 7-day ban. It's going to be back within 7 days, and they're just going to exit their ways basically and try to do whatever they can do to, you know, just completely make sure they don't come back to the game. You know, whether it's completely nuke the account, cancel logins, everything, close it all out. I think they're just making sure, because you get hooked. You know, you get even though you sometimes quit the game, you somehow find your way back in there. And so if this is one of those where you're just like, I had enough, you know, I've been playing the game for 6, 7 years, 8 years, this is it. This is, you know, I get it. We're going to lose a lot of players because of this. And, you know, a lot of the community might be, well, good riddance, you know, we don't need them. It's also players that not necessarily cheated in every single aspect of the game, but hey, like I said, they were cheating in arenas, got caught. They know the consequences when it comes to this. So it is, like I said, players that have spent thousands of dollars in the past. You know, some of these players have spent like, you know, well over $30,000 in the game. And again, and then and we always have new players buying things. We always have, like, I'm always surprised. I'm always like thinking, like, because I'm in like this group of people that I know is like, okay, they're not. These are the spenders, you know. These are the spenders. Then I see somebody else with a huge account. I'm like, who's that? And I'm like, oh, that's somebody else that just started playing the game 4 years ago. You know, maybe weren't spending as much, but now they are. So it's interesting how that evolves, you know, with time. But yeah, 4th of July, you know, obviously we're gonna see maybe a chunk of these over 300 players not around anymore, not buying things. And sometimes it takes Kabam some years and months to make sure this player gets to the point where they're like, hey, I got to pick up that offer. I got to pick up because I want to stay competitive, So we're probably going to see a little dip, maybe, but it's not going to be something that's going to crash the company. It's going to be like, they're no longer going to make their earnings for that quarter. That's not going to happen. Covering basically the arenas. It's going to be very interesting. Some of these alliances have lost basically the entire alliance, and I think at that point, when you lose an entire alliance, basically because most of them were banned for 7 days, you're just gonna have to write it out. You're just gonna have to get a commitment from all the people that have not been banned, and just be like, hey, we're gonna all these, let's just say out of 30 players, let's say 28 players were completely. That's not the numbers, but I'll let you do the investigations and figure out the numbers. But I just want to say 28 players, and we're going to have 2 players that weren't cheating and are caught cheating in the arenas. We're just going to have, hey, you can wait 7 days. You just know you're going to miss out on these items. And then we're all going to come back, and we're going to come back and hold the place we were holding. Or you can find your way to another alliance. So we're not going to be playing for 7 days. I think that's going to be the move that some of the alliances that lost big chunks of players are just going to play and do. And of course, some of those players are just out of, let's say, the 28, maybe they lose 4 and just going to be like, yeah, I'm not coming back, man. And so, again, a lot of stuff can happen and just can be like, hey, well, if you're not coming back, let me get your credentials. For in the meantime, as we rebuild our alliance, there's so many things that are going to happen, and we're going to be seeing this. This is going to really put a change to the top, I would say, top 20 alliances out there right now when it comes to competitive AW, AQ, Battlegrounds, the 3 game modes right now that are running in the game. That we see a lot of cheating and players using these cheats to kind of progress or get further into it. Now, to lastly cover the Battlegrounds section of it, Battlegrounds, they're going to be monitoring these basically more throughout the season, not just waiting on the because I feel like what Kabam does is they look into Battlegrounds kind of like specifically certain parts of the day out of a week, and then they just don't do nothing about it, and then there's cheaters and modders happening, and then they look again, clean it up, and then they just don't do anything. But beginning with this season, our auto ban will be running more frequently, so I wonder why this doesn't run 24/7. I think it might be something that maybe tackles the server, maybe causes a little bit of a glitch, a little bit of a lag, a little bit of a problem in Battlegrounds. So be aware. This is me just putting 1 and 2 together. Maybe that's why they're not running it all the time. Maybe they can't run it all the time. But hopefully we do see more cleaner fights. People that again, are just playing clean, and hopefully there's not a schedule for this, because trust me, if there's a schedule, people will find out like, hey, Kabam is cleaning up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If there is a schedule, people will know, and then they'll just mod and cheat Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So be aware of that. Also, last thing I want to cover here, guys, if you're still around, when it comes to the arenas, if someone's selling you we're gonna call it a dream. Someone's selling you an opportunity. Hey, I've never been caught. Remember the bans that happened, October of 2022, the bans that happened in January of 2023, the bans that happened in June of 2023. Well, I didn't get caught. My system is clean. This is why you want to go with me. I will supply you with champions. I will supply you with units. I will supply you with whatever you need without getting caught by Kabam's algorithms and systems in place to catch the cheaters. Don't believe it. you know, a lot of people are going to take the risk. Like I said earlier, they know what they're getting into. They know if they get caught, they're pretty much out. But don't believe that. Someone's trying to sell you that at this point of the, you know, into the game. You know, whether you're buying out there, unfortunately, you know, buying right now, there's going to be not to ruin some of the sales, but there's going to be tons of accounts for sale. You know, after these 7-day bans, I can see the market of accounts being purchased or people exiting the game, or it's going to happen, you know, and so be aware those accounts are flagged, whether you're willing to take that risk. And we're like, hey, well, Max, look, I can spend, you know, you said people are spending thousands of dollars. You can spend $15,000 to get ahead, or this guy is giving me an account for $700 and it's flagged. I just got to be squeaky clean after this. Just don't do it, because something might happen that you never know. And I've seen it after playing this game for years and years. I've seen it left and right, and it just, you end up just getting screwed, you know? So don't do it. Did want to point out something here too as well on Twitter. This is public information again. You can go on Twitter. Marble Contest of Champion Leaks talks about here's a basic example of the corruption in MCOC. I probably won't post anything else on this topic, or every top player is going to get banned. Other methods are even more disgusting than infinite relic stun locking. So basically, this post was done back in May 15. This account here on Twitter basically looks, I follow it, and he or she, whoever it is, posts a lot of information when it comes to like little things that they find inside the game as files and stuff. So he found maybe a back in May, Kabam already working on a system to catch what you're seeing happen here. And this basically is an infinite like attack to this Winter Soldier using a relic. And I guess there's even more ways that people are basically modding. This is the part of the modding to get through wins and wins and wins. So imagine this happening in Arena, where the champions are just like doing this, not even letting the AI take a breath. And it looks like they're not like doing some enormous damage, right? It looks like it's just regular game playing. It's just that the defensive AI doesn't have a chance to do anything. It's just consistent attack. So whether that's happening in Battlegrounds, happening in Arena, to just go through accounts and decks of just grinding, that is probably something that I would say probably was already in the works since May 15, and you know, maybe something that got perfected or worked into when it comes to today, June 6th. And the reason why I say this is, one second. Well, I'm not going to say the reason why I say this, because there is a mention to the actual alliance in there. And like I said, I'm not here to call out anybody's names or alliances that were caught in the mix of the bans today. Yeah, what do you guys think? So what are you guys' thoughts? Like I said, I have like mixed feelings about this. Of course, I like it. I like the idea that this is being done and clean. I do want to see it more consistent. So I want to see this also being done next month, because there's going to be players that, yes, they took the ban and they're still going to try to do it because they're like, hey, Kabam's not going to do this 2 times in a row. Or maybe hopefully they learn and they're just not going to risk it. But I want to see a consistent, like, hey, you know what? Here is we ran a sweep again, and this is what we caught. So hopefully we do see more of this, like I said, but sad to see some friends go when it comes to like the game that I've played and I've played with for many years. So, like I said, let me know. Did want to cover it. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole situation. Sorry for this long video. Hopefully you're doing well. Drop a like on it. See you next time. Take care. Peace.